The morning they bulldozed my great-grandfather's bridge, I didn't just feel anger, I felt something snap. I was finished. Done being civil, done replying to formal notices, done pretending the system would protect what mattered. That bridge wasn't just stone and steel. It was part of my bloodline, and when they leveled it without so much as a heads up, I made a decision no one expected. I was going to drain the lake, their precious $4 million resort. It was built on water they didn't control. The IT started out like any normal Tuesday, 6 a.m. Still fog curling over Lake Norwood. I was on the dock with a mug of black coffee, listening to the loons. Peaceful. Then came the sound, deep, mechanical, threatening. Bulldozers. Through the mist I saw it, a yellow beast trundling toward the bridge like it was rolling into war. Behind it, 2 trucks. Men in hard hats, vests, holding radios. I sprinted down yelling, but it didn't matter. They had permits. They had a schedule. And they had Barbara Langston. Barbara stood there, arms folded, white heels on gravel like she owned the damn earth. "You can't do this," I shouted. Her lips barely moved. "We already did." Barbara wasn't a local. Moved in from Scottsdale 2 years back, bought herself a luxury lakefront spread, then bulldozed her way into running the HOA. The kind who files noise complaints against kids riding bikes. The kind who uses bylaws like blades. What Barbara didn't know, what nobody knew, was that bridge wasn't just a relic. It was protected. My great-grandfather, Walter Dean, built it in 1924. Limestone arch, hand-carved. Before there were neighborhoods. Before Oak Ridge Shores even existed. And up in our cabin attic, in a fireproof box, were deed records, maps, and most importantly, a water rights contract signed in 1923. That document gave Walter and his heirs perpetual control over the lake's flow. See, the bridge wasn't just a crossing. It straddled a secondary spillway Walter had designed himself. He built the original dam, the bypass, everything. And while the HOA thought they controlled Lake Norwood, they didn't. Legally, I did. They just hadn't figured it out yet. After the demolition, I let myself stew for 48 hours. Then I got to work. I called Dr. Haynes, my old professor at Texas A&M, sent scans of the documents to my cousin's wife at the State Water Board, brought in a survey team. The spillway? Untouched for decades, but still perfectly functional and still mine. Meanwhile, Barbara kept swinging. "Hit me with HOA violations, fine me for a fishing net," said my mailbox color was non-compliant, called my shed an eyesore. Then she sent in private security, her brother-in-law's outfit, guys in mirrored shades taking pictures of my fence line like I was a criminal. But I didn't react. I documented. Every letter, every warning, every trespass. Then I filed complaints. I requested HOA spending reports. They're public, after all. And that's when the real rot showed. $8,000 to a company called Langston Consulting. $5,500 to Norwood Maintenance run by her nephew. Clear-cut nepotism. Potential fraud, but I wasn't rushing. I had a long game. You see, that shiny resort Barbara bragged about? It was built on borrowed money, $4 million in commercial loans. I got my hands on their environmental filings. Buried in the fine print was a clause: if the lake dropped more than 18 inches below full pool for more than 72 hours, the bank could demand immediate repayment. So I went to the next HOA board meeting, box of documents in hand. Land deeds, spillway photos, financial records. "I'm not here to argue," I said. "I'm here to give you a choice." Barbara snorted. "You're bluffing." "No," I replied. "I'm draining the lake." "You can't. That's terrorism." "No," I said again. "That's called maintenance." The board voted down my claims. One guy abstained. The rest stuck with Barbara. She made a scene. "Let it be known," she declared, "that Mr. Dean is a threat to this community." That night, I hiked out to the spillway, opened the steel access box, turned the main valve 3 full cranks. By sunrise, the lake had dropped 11 inches. By noon, resort docks sat on mud. Guests posted photos of stranded paddle boats and dying fish. By the third day, the bank pulled their funding. Barbara scrambled. Emergency meeting. Tempers flared. Some residents called for my arrest. Others demanded her resignation. Then came the sheriff. Said someone had reported me for tampering with infrastructure. I handed over the paperwork. This system? My great-grandfather built it. I'm the legal operator. The sheriff read it. Twice. Then sighed. This is above my pay grade. But Barbara wasn't finished. She ran to the press. Called me a radical. Claimed I was threatening families, sinking property values. But her noise only made people curious. And when they looked deeper, they found her husband's company had been paid $30,000 in no-bid work. Her cousin got contracts off the books. Her fancy guest house? 4 feet into protected wetlands. 2 weeks later, the county issued a restraining order. Financial misconduct. Permit violations. Abuse of power. The board voted to remove her. She packed up and left town overnight. The new HOA president? Nora Caldwell. AT2. Been here since '67. She asked me to help rewrite the bylaws, this time with respect for our past. We rebuilt the bridge. Named it Walters Crossing. The county recognized it as a protected historic landmark. 3 months later, the resort reopened under new owners. They came to me directly. We struck a deal. I'd maintain water levels. In return, they'd preserve the lake. We even started a civil engineering scholarship named after Walter Dean, focused on sustainable waterworks. Funny how it turns out now, every July, we host Bridge Day. Kids jumping off the dock. Barbecue. Bluegrass. The same dock Barbara once tried to find me for. And sometimes, I just lean against the limestone rail, listen to the water sliding through the spillway, steady, deliberate, alive, because water doesn't care about politics or power. It obeys design, follows gravity, and remembers the hands that shaped it. So if someone ever tries to erase your legacy, don't yell. Don't plead. Learn. Document. Fight smart, and if they box you in, let the water do the talking. Now I want to hear from you. If someone destroyed something your family built, would you walk away or push back? Drop your story in the comments. And stick around, next time I'll tell you about the rancher who used mineral rights to block a billionaire's private runway. Trust me, it only gets wilder.